Hello, I'm Brian Eslick from How to Automotive, and today I'm excited because I'm trying out the new Milwaukee DA sander. So I've always wanted to do paint and body. I'm getting into paint and body. I bought a classic car. We're going to be putting this DA sander to work on a bunch of different projects, and I'm going to show you why I'm excited about it. One, we don't need an air compressor to run these bad boys. We don't have a cord. We just got battery power, so it's awesome. Two, there's some pretty cool features on it to allow you to work inside of a building like this. So there's dust collection, also ability to swap out the different pads and stuff on it. It's pretty freaking cool. So last year I was lucky enough to go to the Milwaukee Tool Pipeline event where they unveil all their new and up and coming tools. So one of the highlights of the show was the DA sander. So one of the project managers did an awesome job of explaining all the features and details. So I figured, why not, let you guys check that video clip out, and we'll go over all the features of the tool. After that, we'll put it to work out in the shop.
Hey everyone, Nathan from Milwaukee Tool, product manager here. Really excited today to showcase to you two brand new solutions for the collision repair techs. M12 FUEL 6-inch random orbital sanders, continuing to show how we are dedicated to the collision repair techs to remove that pneumatic solution from them. There's four main ways they're used by two main technicians, the body technician and the paint technician. We're gonna start with the body technician. When they get a wreck or a collision in, they're gonna take that sander and remove that paint. They need to be able to see the dent to understand what they're working with. After they get the paint removed, they're gonna apply that body filler. Now that body filler is meant to smooth over the dents, and they'll use that sander to remove that body filler and shape it to the form of the panel to make it as if when you run your hand across, you don't feel the dents at all. Now that body tech will be done with that sanding process, and they'll move to the paint technician. That paint technician is getting that panel ready for paint, and they'll spray that primer on, and they'll use a more fine finish sander to remove the top layer of that primer coat so that the paint and clear coat can adhere to it. Once they go through the paint booth, get it all painted up, they'll take that same fine sander and they'll take the top layer of the clear coat off to make sure it has a perfect finish. Now within that, as you guys know, you guys are using pneumatic solutions. A lot of frustrations. You have the hose connected to the tool. It might hit different areas of the car while you're working on. Tripping hazard. There might be times when you're using your sander and someone else on the same hose or same system will use an impact or another sander, and it'll actually remove PSI from the system so that your sander changes speeds. We talk about the oil in the pneumatic tools, how they create fish eyes in the paint, right? That's why we at Milwaukee Tool have created the new-to-world, best-in-class 6-inch random orbital sanders on our FUEL platform. We're going to start, we have two different sanders. We're going to start with the body technician sander, that more aggressive sander. So this sander gives you the confidence to sand the paint removal along with the body filler. But it's really designed, and it's going to really outperform your pneumatic solutions in the body filler and shaping. A few reasons why. The RPMs range from 3,200 to 12,000 RPMs, giving your viewers a lot of different room to work with that body panels, right? When you're shaping and forming it, you want to be able to move the sander in a way and control the RPMs to conform with the shapes of the panels, right? The ergonomic shapes, the variable speed trigger, the speed dial, all that gives you the more control of the tool as well. Now runtime's a big question and concern, right? They're used to all day, they're using these sanders all the time. That's why we highly recommend to pair this with the high output batteries. The 2.5 amp hour battery, that gets you over 3 doors, right? You guys are typically doing small areas on these panels, and this is where that tool succeeds at. If you want more runtime, we recommend the 5 amp hour high output battery. That'll give you upwards to 6 doors of body filler. We'll continue on. Let's go to the paint technician sander. That's going to be the less aggressive throw, the 3/30 seconds compared to that 3/16 inch throw. So this is really meant for that primer and that clear coat removal. Very fine finish, also has the same range of RPMs, 3,200 to 12,000, so guys can really slow it down because they don't want to shape or contour the body filler, or they want to really just take off that light coat, a primer and a clear coat. Along with that same ergonomic design for all day use, variable speed trigger and speed dial. Something unique about this sander, because of the lighter throw, you get more runtime. So you're going to get upwards to 5 doors on a 2.5, and on a 5.0, you're getting upwards to 10 doors. So all day runtime with the cycling of batteries. Both these tools also have a vacuum port available, so guys who like to remove the dust from the air with their vac systems, they're able to do that. Now backing pads is a big thing, right? These sanders have the backing pads. It makes a big difference on how the tool interacts with the actual job they're working on. So for the 3/32, we have soft backing pads in the black color, and then on the 3/16, we have the firm, depending on what job they're doing. Now, you guys are also removing the backing pads quite often, and that's where this frustration came with the users. They're taking a wrench, trying to find where to put it in to be able to remove the backing pad. We heard, we listened, we're taking that out. So we integrated a tool-free backing pad change, so you're able to remove that backing pad because the wrench is already integrated into the tool. And you have no problem switching out backing pads many times, whether it's change the sandpaper, change the density, or simply need a new backing pad. Cool. Try one with the vacuum. So you can get both. Good?
Yep. So it's capable of wet sanding with this tool as well, right? Yeah.
Yep, so this tool is fully capable for wet sanding. This tool actually exceeds in wet sanding because you're able to keep the RPM low of the pad while maintaining the spin, so you don't create the pigtails or those little swirls in the paint.
All right, so one of the cool features I wanted to share with you is, it's designed to work with hook and loop style sandpapers or, sticky back sandpapers. So I get right here, this is the hook and loop style, and I have this the pad that allows you to put the stick on type style. As an automotive technician, one of my dreams was to do car restoration and that type of stuff. So I'm excited to do those type of projects and excited to put the Milwaukee DA sander to work. This is a lifelong goal of mine. I'm finally in a position where I can spend some time working on a project other than working on other people's projects. So I got my own project car now. Before I start tackling the car project, I'm doing a little side project here, removing the paint on this and getting it ready for paint. It's a foot locker to hold all my sandpapers and my chemicals. That type of stuff is going to be in there. Pretty cool little project I got going on. So it's pretty cool. It comes with the ability to put this dust collecting feature on here. So it goes on like this, and then it has the ability to hook the vacuum hose on it, and that comes off the left side, or we can swap it out for this one here, and then this one goes on the right side, and you can hook a vacuum hose up to it here and suck it out from the right side. So depending on if you're right-handed, you're left-handed, or just if something's in your way. It does have a couple screws that you put in here and here to mount it, so you got that choice. It runs off the M12 batteries. It's recommended to use the high output batteries. They actually sent it to me with the high output batteries. It has a fuel gauge here on the back side. It has an on and off switch, so like if it's in the bag or you're traveling with it or a tool falls on it, it doesn't operate with the battery in, so you have to turn it on like that. Now you can control it, and then on the side here is a thumb wheel that you can control the RPM. So if you want to slow the RPMs down and do a little bit more fine detail work, or if you want balls to the wall, buff off like a large panel with a lot of body filler or something like that, and you want to buff it off fast, right there, you got that control there. If you look at the pads have holes in it, so to use the dust collection system, it's recommended using the paper that has the holes in it. So on this gym locker that I'm restoring here, I'm taking all the paint off, and I'm using 80 grit sandpaper here. I've already done a few panels, and I'll show you the technique, but the battery life has been pretty awesome. But pretty much you just turn it on. You can adjust right here your RPMs however fast you want it to go, and start going to work. I've been going for about 15 minutes or so on this panel here, taking it down to bare metal, swapped out the paper once or twice, and I've only dropped one bar, and his is on full power, full. And then then you can adjust the RPMs if you're doing something a little more delicate, whatever. You can slow it down really slow. You know, pretty cool, versatile little tool. But it's making quick work of this and making my life a lot easier. All right, after sanding for about 30 minutes straight, I got all the paint stripped off of this panel here, and it's ready for primer. I just gotta do the edges here, but I'll do that with a little die grinder and get the paint off the edges. And then I got some low spots right like here. I gotta hammer and dolly out and, you know, knock that out as best I can. But 30 minutes straight, and we're down to 1 bar. All right, so there you have it, guys. The Milwaukee Tools new DA sander in action, put to work. It's been amazing. You can see all the panels back here I've done already. Stripped them down and made quick work of them. So if you're interested in adding one of these to your collection, on the screen will pop up a little image. It's an affiliate link. You can click that link and you can purchase the Milwaukee DA sanders there. I'm Brian Eslick from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching and encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you again.